Bybit hack, which was one of the biggest, if not the biggest hack in crypto history. Then we had the Libra situation and all other political tokens. All of that makes you think, is it over for crypto? This is not the first cycle where we see exchanges going bankrupt, exchanges being drained, huge hacks, or just controversial tokens. But this time could be different. In the last cycle, we had SBF with FTX going bankrupt and leaving billions of dollars in damages. Then we had the Terra Luna fiasco, and that seemed to be the darkest place for us to remember. But now, with the Bybit exchange hacked for over $1.4 billion, we have to ask ourselves if things are going to get better before they get even worse. So we're going to dive deeper into the Bybit situation. We're also going to cover the Libra situation, talk about it a little bit. So stay tuned for today's video. So if you don't know, Bybit is one of the biggest exchanges in the world. So if you're not an American, you're most likely going to be using Binance, Bybit, OKX, or if you're Canadian, Kraken. But Bybit is very, very used, especially if you are trading futures. So Bybit has a huge amount of people using it on a daily basis. That being said, they got hacked, and the way they got hacked is interesting because it was a cold wallet multi-sig, meaning that cold wallets, which is supposed to be safer, they were hacked with a multi-sig. A multi-sig is a security feature that demands multiple people to approve a transaction to go through, meaning that if someone tries to hack or just to steal funds, they will need the approval of everyone else that is part of this multi-sig. That being said, right now we're seeing that this hack was from a hacker that is part of the Lazarus Group, which is a North Korean group which has been very into hacking crypto and crypto-related projects. So with the huge volume of withdraw ETH-related tokens, so METH and STETH, which are staked versions of ETH, so staked ETH, METH, they are from protocols that offer liquidity on staked Ethereum tokens. And they got withdrawn, they got swapped to Ethereum and sent away from the Bybit warm wallet. So it was from a cold wallet to a warm wallet, and then that went to the hacker's own wallet, which was blacklisted almost immediately, I think with like minutes of this happening. And Bybit actually did a good job looking into what happened. First of all, they did a lot of media and damage control in the way that the CEO went live, and he stayed live for an hour and a half answering questions. Another thing that he did was, hey, we're not insolvent. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep withdrawals open. So that could look like it wasn't the best idea. It wasn't the smartest idea, but it gave reassurance, and they actually came through with it. They had enough funds to cover for withdrawals. They ended up working on these withdrawals, and 99% of these went through. So people who were scared, they were able to flee, they were able to run away, especially because most of these people most likely were part of FTX. So imagine you already got rugged once on FTX, they ran away with your money, and now Bybit has issues. Imagine the panic into crypto, not only on Bybit users, but every exchange user when Bybit says we cannot refund everyone, withdrawals are suspended or anything like that. There will be a huge outflow to all the other exchanges like Maxi, like Binance, OKX, all these others, because people will be trying to run for the hills from crypto. But this in the long term was actually smart because they were able to deliver on their promise, and most likely these users will come back because they say, hey, that was a great customer service, we were able to withdraw our money, everything is safe, I'm gonna go back. So on that way, it was a very good play. But will they actually go back? Everything tanked after this. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Litecoin, everything went down. All these altcoins went down in these past 48 hours. We can actually see here on Coin360, the amount of tokens going down is insane. The market is bleeding, and it is bleeding a lot and really, really fast. So if you are a Bybit user, you should check out this live stream if you haven't. Right now, things seems to be under control. This is on a Monday, so the hack happened on the 21st. Now it is the 24th. So everything seems to have already been balanced out. But today we're going to suffer the consequence of the weekend of massacre that we had. Most likely we're going to have to suffer more losses here. The market will react more because we have more volatility during the week than we do on the weekend. And that's saying that during the weekend, we had minus 10%, minus 20% on some tokens on a weekend, which is crazy to see. So the Bybit assets, of course, they went down a lot. The exchange reserve that they had went down drastically because of these huge withdrawal requests to the Bybit itself, the Bybit team. So there was more than 350,000 requests of withdrawal, and all of them, 99% of them, as I said before, they got fulfilled. So all of this money was withdrawn from the exchange, and that caused a huge amount of pressure on the Bybit team. You can see here the volume of inflows right here. The outflows actually was in these 2 days, 22nd and the 23rd. They were ridiculously, you cannot compare that to the other days whatsoever. So you can see even the TVL, it tanked a lot. This hack affected mainly Ethereum tokens, L1 tokens, L2 tokens, but we could also see that Bitcoin reacted negatively, losing a little bit of momentum there. But Bybit still has a lot of funds there, mainly Bitcoin and USDT. So this was reassuring. Then we have Arkham, which came through with a big bounty, I think around $40,000. Yeah, 50,000 Arkham tokens to whoever finds or helps them find the person or the group behind the attack, which eventually came out as someone from the Lazarus group. And look at the size of the previous hacks recorded in crypto. We had in 2022, the Ronin Bridge that was hacked, that was $620 million. Then we had Poly Network, $611,000. This was in 2021. Then Coincheck in 2018 for $532 million. And then Mt. Gox back in 2013, which was $480 million. Then FTX in 2022 for 477. And guess what? This one dwarfs the other ones because it is $1.4 billion instead of millions of dollars like this one has here. But Hacken, which has been auditing constantly Bybit, they say the reserves, they exceed the liabilities. So the Bybit reserves, they are way above than what the liabilities were, even counting the withdrawals, which we saw it was actually true. So even though this post and this video is a little bit late, we saw they actually came through. They got also help from a lot of other places. They got loans for liquidity for people who wanted to swap, people who wanted to withdraw all their tokens from the platform. So it's good to see that the community got strong, and that helped the customers, but actually helped Bybit a lot. So Bybit's reputation seems unfettered, seems untouched. This hack was so sophisticated that I think could have happened anywhere. So I don't know if people are going to be picky that Bybit is not safe or Bybit's not secure, but nonetheless, I think Bybit handled the situation very good. All of these withdrawals from the 1.4 billion hack came up to $5.3 billion in withdrawal. So a 1.4 billion hack caused a 5.3 billion hole into Bybit's funds because a lot of people were scared and they were running for the hills. And we can actually see that in the Fear and Greed Index, which now has topped 40. And that caused Bitcoin to lose the momentum, which was going to $100,000. Ethereum was looking for the $3,000. And that was very sad to see because we had a place of a very good bounce to bounce back from and catch all-time highs. I even said that in the last video that last week could have been a bottom, but right now that video kind of aged like milk. And if you want to sum up everything that has been going on, let's leave it with this meme right here where Bybit kind of screwed up Ethereum and Ethereum related tokens for this next pump. Now, that being said, let's take a look at Libra. Libra tanked a lot. You can see right here that it came from $1 to 15 cents. There's still a lot of confusion. The dust has not been settled on this matter. A lot of people, including myself, shorted Libra right after this peak right here. I did not start shorting at the top. I started shorting at around the 50-cent mark because there was not going to be enough bullishness from anyone to bring that token back to life. So that being said, right now there's fingers being pointed to everyone, from Javier Milei promoting this token, for the founders of this token, which were part of a group related to the Trump and the Melania coin launch, and they were behind the snipes of these tokens as well. So they were doing insider trading, they were doing market manipulation, and all sorts of very bad things that we see daily in crypto. Other than that, we got CoffeeZilla stepping in, making a whole video about this token, which created a huge fuss because now we connected these people to Meteora, which is doing a little bit like Pump.Fund does to promote the token, then bring liquidity to it. So there's a huge scandal. There are huge names in the Web3 space, in the crypto space, behind the Libra fiasco. People who are not crypto related, they just see Malay as part of the deal, but we had huge influencers also getting scammed on this, getting refunded by these people who launched the token, because these people, they made over $100 million in profit just from the token itself, from sniping the token and exiting at the peak of the token. So looking at this, you can see that the token's pretty much flatline. I don't think we were going to see a recovery from this token. So that being said, looking at all of these things that are happening, what is the community feeling like? Well, now everyone is scared, everyone is fearful, and you can even see that from Polymarket itself. Polymarket had a ton of people speculating either Bybit was going to get insolvent, if Ethereum was going to get to all-time highs, even if Libra was going to get Malay in trouble. So we can see that there's a lot of pessimism in the market, a lot of negativity. People who have been here for a long time, like myself, since 2020 regularly, they are pretty much like, well, guess that's another one. We're already used to the pain, you know. But people who are who have recently joined, you can see people who went for the Solana ecosystem, the Solana meme coin season. These guys are scared. Everyone is scared. We see a huge amount of outflows from crypto. And honestly, it makes me think, hearing from these people, if this is actually going to be a bear season, if that's going to actually slow down or cancel the next bull run from the cycle. Of course, if you zoom out a lot, you still see the potential of Bitcoin. You still see that Bitcoin is hardwired to go up in the long-term future, but just zooming in, looking at this cycle, looking at this year, I don't know if we can expect to have the most amazing year ever. Maybe good returns, maybe this will be just a huge correction. It's going to wipe the bad players from the market, and then the money is going to start inflowing in. I don't know. It's hard to guess right now. It's just a game of speculation. It's just like a toss of a coin, 50-50 chance of everything going up or down. But I want to hear what you have to say about this. Do you think we don't deserve to go up anymore? Do you think the market is too saturated or too many bad players here? Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts on this? And where do you see in the next 3 months? What do you see crypto looking like? What do you see this fear looking like in the near future? So if you got all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. And I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for another one. Peace.